From a small bedroom in the Bronx to breaking records on the world's biggest streaming stage, this is the story of Kai Cenat. A story of energy, a story of chaos, a story of resilience. He wasn't born into fame. He created it. With laughter, with hustle, with a connection so real that millions now call him family. This isn't just the story of a streamer. It's the story of how one young man changed the culture of the internet forever. And as you listen, remember, you're not just following Kai's journey. You're also sharpening your English. Every word, every pause, every phrase you repeat aloud is a step toward fluency. Kai Carlos Cenat III, born December 16, 2001 in New York City. He grew up in the Bronx, a place of noise, grit, and survival. A place that tested him early, but also shaped his humor, his toughness, and his drive. Life wasn't easy. His mother raised him with discipline and love, keeping him grounded. Money was tight, opportunities scarce. But Kai had something no one could take away: charisma. From childhood, he was the funny kid, the one making people laugh in the hallways, the one who turned everyday moments into comedy. That spark, the ability to connect, was already alive. In school, Kai juggled sports, comedy skits, and academics. He dreamed of becoming a comedian. He even posted short videos on Facebook and Instagram, testing out his style. Most were rough, some were messy, but one thing was clear: Kai had the energy that made people stop and watch. And here's a tip for you, the listener. Say this phrase with me: energy makes people stop and watch. Notice the flow, the rhythm? That's English in motion. By repeating lines like this, you're training your voice the same way Kai trained his presence, through practice. By the time he finished high school, Kai had a decision to make: follow the traditional path or double down on content creation. For him, the answer was clear. He picked up a camera, hit record, and unknowingly started the journey that would turn him into the face of a generation. Chapter 2: YouTube Beginnings and the AMP Connection. Kai's first big step wasn't Twitch. It was YouTube. Back in 2018, he started uploading skits, short, funny videos, pranks in school hallways, comedy bits in the neighborhood. Most of them were raw. Some had shaky cameras, rough edits, but the energy was undeniable. Slowly, the numbers grew. Dozens of views became hundreds, hundreds became thousands, and then one video blew up, introducing Kai Cenat to the wider world. But Kai didn't rise alone. He found a crew, other hungry young creators who believed in the same dream. Together they formed something special: AMP. Any means possible. With AMP, Kai wasn't just funny. He was electric. Challenges, skits, gaming content, everything they touched turned into shareable moments. Their chemistry was unmatched. And here's something for you, the listener. Repeat this phrase: any means possible. Feel the syllables? Any means possible. That rhythm, that clarity, it's how you build stronger English pronunciation. As AMP grew, so did Kai's confidence. They were more than friends. They were brothers, a collective that pushed each other harder every day. This was Kai's training ground, where he learned how to entertain, how to command attention, how to turn everyday chaos into gold. And though AMP became its own success, for Kai, it was only the beginning, because soon he would take all that energy and unleash it on Twitch.
Chapter 3: The Twitch Breakthrough. Twitch, the platform that would change Kai Cenat's life forever. At first, it was just gaming. He streamed titles like GTA and 2K, laughing, joking, trash-talking with friends. But something was different about Kai. He didn't just play games. He turned every stream into a show. The way he reacted, the way he screamed, the way he laughed until tears ran down his face. It was magnetic. Viewers didn't just watch the game. They watched Kai. His energy filled the room. His voice carried through the mic like thunder. Every stream felt like a party, and everyone was invited. Slowly, the numbers grew. Hundreds became thousands. Thousands became tens of thousands. And soon, Kai Cenat was everywhere. But Twitch wasn't always easy. The grind was brutal. Long nights, endless streams, balancing content creation, editing, and real life. At times, he felt exhausted, burned out. And yet, he never stopped. Because Kai knew something deep inside. Consistency was the key. If he showed up day after day, the world would eventually notice. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this slowly. Consistency is the key. Repeat it again. Feel how the words connect? That's English rhythm. Clear, powerful, memorable. The same way Kai's consistency built his empire, your repetition builds your fluency. By 2021, Kai Cenat wasn't just another name on Twitch. He was a force. His streams went viral across platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Clips of his laughter, his reactions, his chaos spread like wildfire. Kai Cenat had officially broken through. The world wasn't just watching games anymore. They were watching him.
Chapter 4. Breaking Records and the Rise of Kai Fever. The year everything exploded. Kai Cenat's streams weren't just popular anymore. They were historic. Every night felt bigger, more viewers, more hype, more chaos. And then came the moment that shook the streaming world. Kai broke records. Hundreds of thousands watching live, millions watching clips after. The chat, a waterfall of messages, unstoppable, uncontrollable. Subathon. One word that changed everything. Kai streamed for nearly a month straight, sleeping, eating, laughing, gaming, while his fans kept the subs rolling in. Day after day, the numbers climbed, until finally, he became the most subscribed streamer on Twitch. From the Bronx to #1 in the world. The internet called it Kai Fever, because it wasn't just about one stream, it was a movement. Fans gathered like family. Every night was a celebration. But with fame came pressure. Kai knew the spotlight was brighter than ever. One mistake could undo everything. Yet instead of slowing down, he pushed harder. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this with me. Breaking records takes resilience. Repeat it slowly. Break-ing rec-erds resilience. Each word carries power, just like Kai's grind. And by repeating them, you're strengthening your English, step by step. Celebrities started joining his streams, rappers, athletes, influencers. Kai wasn't chasing them, they were coming to him. Every collab turned into a viral moment. Every night felt like history. Kai Cenat wasn't just on Twitch anymore. He was leading the culture. Chapter 5. Fame's Price and the Weight of the Spotlight. Fame is heavy. And for Kai Cenat, that weight came faster than most could imagine. One night, he was streaming for friends. The next, millions were watching his every move. Every laugh, every word, every mistake, recorded, clipped, and shared. The spotlight gave him power. But it also took away peace. No more privacy. No more quiet nights. Everywhere he went, crowds, cameras, attention. And with that came criticism. People questioning his style, calling his streams too wild, too chaotic. Some even claimed his success was just luck. Kai felt the pressure, the expectations, the constant need to outdo himself. He wasn't just competing with other streamers, he was competing with yesterday's Kai. Some nights, the exhaustion showed. Streaming for hours, smiling through the fatigue, carrying the weight of being #1. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this phrase with me. The spotlight is heavy. Feel the rhythm? Spotlight, heavy. The way the words rise and fall. That's how English lives in real conversation. Practice it, and your own speaking will feel more natural. Behind the camera, Kai sometimes struggled, balancing fame, friendships, and mental health. The world saw the laughter, but not always the pressure behind the smile. Still, even in the toughest moments, he kept going, because for Kai, stopping wasn't an option. This was the price of fame, and he was willing to pay it.
Chapter 6: Reinvention and Resilience. Fame tested him. But Kai Cenat wasn't about to break. Instead, he chose to reinvent, to grow, to adapt. He began experimenting with new ideas, not just gaming, not just comedy, but full-on entertainment, IRL streams, travel vlogs, massive collabs with rappers and celebrities. Every experiment pushed his boundaries, and every risk pulled in even more fans. Kai wasn't stuck in one lane. He was building a highway. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this phrase: adapt and grow. Repeat it slowly. Adapt and grow. That's how English works too. The more you adapt to real speech, the faster your fluency grows. What made Kai different was his resilience. When critics came, he laughed. When setbacks hit, he streamed harder. When the pressure rose, he turned it into content. Every failure became fuel. Every doubt became motivation. And with each reinvention, his empire expanded. From Twitch streams to viral TikToks, from AMP videos to cultural moments that crossed borders, Kai Cenat had learned the secret of longevity. You don't survive fame by staying the same. You survive by evolving. And Kai was evolving into something bigger than streaming itself.
Chapter 7: Faith, Friends, and Staying Grounded. Behind every spotlight, there's a foundation holding it steady. For Kai Cenat, that foundation has always been family. His mother, his siblings, his first believers. They kept him humble. They reminded him of where he came from, even when the world crowned him a superstar. And then there was AMP, not just collaborators, brothers. Together they created, together they struggled, together they celebrated. When the noise of fame grew too loud, Kai leaned on his circle. Because no matter how high you rise, you need people who keep you grounded. Faith, too, became part of his compass. In interviews, Kai often credits prayer and gratitude, not as a performance, but as a reminder that life is bigger than fame. And here's something for you, the listener. Repeat this slowly. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Hear the rhythm? 2 short beats, 2 truths. The same way Kai keeps his balance, you keep improving your English, 1 phrase at a time. Kai's friendships gave him laughter. His family gave him strength. His faith gave him direction. That combination, loyalty, gratitude, grounding, is why he hasn't been lost in the chaos of fame. Because while millions cheer his name online, it's the voices at home that remind him who he really is. Chapter 8: Influence and Cultural Impact. By now, Kai Cenat wasn't just a streamer. He was a cultural icon. Every word he said, every slang he used, fans repeated it. Clips turned into memes. Memes turned into trends. Suddenly, Kai wasn't following the culture. He was leading it. Rappers, athletes, and influencers wanted to be on his stream. They didn't just see him as a content creator. They saw him as a bridge, a voice that could connect internet culture with mainstream entertainment. When Kai laughed, the world laughed. When Kai raged, the world clipped it. When Kai celebrated, millions celebrated with him. But influence goes deeper than numbers. Kai inspired a generation of young creators. He showed them that you don't need Hollywood. You don't need fancy equipment. All you need is authenticity, energy, consistency, connection. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this with me. Energy, consistency, connection. Repeat it again. That's not just Kai's formula for success. It's also how you build fluency in English. Energy when you speak. Consistency when you practice. Connection when you listen. Kai's influence spilled into music. Artists previewed songs on his streams. Some tracks blew up because of him. Labels noticed. Executives noticed. The world noticed. He wasn't just reacting to culture anymore. He was creating it. From slang to music to internet trends, Kai Cenat became the pulse of a generation. And with every stream, his influence only grew stronger.
Chapter 9. Lessons from Kai Cenat. Every great story leaves behind lessons, and Kai Cenat's journey is no different. Lesson 1. Consistency wins. Kai showed up every day, even when the numbers were small, even when no one was watching. That persistence is why the world knows his name now. And here's something for you, the listener. Say this: consistency wins. 2 words, 2 beats. Clear, strong, powerful. This rhythm trains your English the same way it trained Kai's career. Lesson 2. Be yourself. Kai never tried to be polished. He didn't fake perfection. He was messy, loud, chaotic, authentic. And that's why people trusted him. Lesson 3. Surround yourself with the right people. AMP wasn't just entertainment. It was family, a circle that lifted each other higher instead of tearing each other down. Kai's success was never a solo act. Lesson 4. Turn pain into power. When the spotlight felt heavy, Kai used it as fuel. He reinvented, adapted, and kept moving. That resilience made him unstoppable. And here's another English tip for you. Repeat this phrase slowly. Turn pain into power. Notice how the P sounds push your breath forward. That's pronunciation training hidden inside a life lesson. Lesson 5. Culture belongs to the bold. Kai didn't wait for approval. He created trends. He shaped culture. He showed the world that when you dare to lead, people will follow. These lessons aren't just for streamers. They're for anyone chasing a dream, for anyone building skills, for anyone learning, growing, pushing forward. Kai Cenat's story proves one thing above all. Success is not about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go.
Chapter 10. Legacy in Progress. Kai Cenat is still young, but his story already feels legendary. From the Bronx streets to Twitch history, from skits in school hallways to streams with millions watching, he's proven what's possible when energy, consistency, and authenticity collide. Yet, this is not the end. It's only the beginning. Every new stream adds another brick to his legacy. Every laugh, every viral moment, every late-night grind is shaping the culture. He's no longer just a streamer.
He's a voice of a generation. But the most powerful part of Kai's story isn't the numbers. It's the connection. The way people feel like they know him. The way his chaos makes the world feel lighter. The way his journey proves that greatness can rise from anywhere. And here's something for you, the listener. Repeat this phrase. Greatness can rise from anywhere. Say it slowly. Greatness can rise from anywhere. That rhythm, that clarity, that confidence, that's your English growing stronger one sentence at a time. Kai Cenat's legacy is still in motion, his influence still expanding, his future still unwritten. But if his story has shown us anything, it's this. You don't have to be born into opportunity. You can create it. With hustle, with heart, with humor. Kai's legacy is proof that dreams can outgrow circumstances. And as his story continues, so does yours. Because while you've been listening, you've been learning. Every chapter has been a lesson in resilience and in English. Your ear sharper, your voice stronger, your confidence louder. Kai Cenat's story is still being written, and so is yours.